crowd was responding even before they walked into First Niagara Center. News 4's Jen Shantz joins me now here outside First Niagara Center with more on that. I think the crowd responded to certain things differently. What did you gather as you talked to people inside and outside, Jen?
Well, keep in mind that Donald Trump did not arrive into the First Niagara Center until about 25 minutes after his slated arrival time on stage. But the crowd had a ton of energy from about 4 this afternoon all the way up until just right after the rally let out. There was music playing. We heard a lot of Rolling Stones. Audience was even doing the wave. Frankly, it felt more like a rock concert than a political rally. Trump called out the media and the GOP several times. He called both rigged and unfair. The crowd erupted with applause at both of those comments. Overwhelmingly, data shows Trump supporters feel disenfranchised by the system. In general, they tend to fear terrorism and feel the threat of jobs going overseas. We spoke to a Niagara Falls resident tonight who tells us that he thinks Trump's business skills will help dig his city out of what he calls economic distress.
I've seen liberal policies run rampant, and you know what? It kills business. It really does. If you go downtown Niagara Falls and local government, you could see rundown buildings. You could see doors closing. Liberal tax policies just don't work.
Donald Trump hasn't been very specific about his economic policies, and his supporters admitted that to me today, but they said what they have heard from him, they trust. And as Dave mentioned, we heard Donald Trump say tonight that he is beyond confident he will get the 1,237 delegates he needs to win the Republican nomination. That's about 55% of the remaining delegates.
That's something that we have looked into as well. If he keeps the current pace, he won't get to that number.
That's correct.
But more recent New York polls show that he's picking up the pace, so certainly something that we'll look for. Jen, thank you. We also want to talk about what was happening outside First Niagara Center.